Okay, class, today we are going to construct an Ogive for a set of group data. So beside histogram and frequency polygon, a frequency distribution can also be displayed by drawing a cumulative frequency graph, which is known as Ogive. Okay, how does it look like? Ogive. Okay, Ogive is one graph. With this one is the y-axis is the cumulative frequency, and your x-axis will be the upper boundary. Yeah, and when you draw your graph, start from 0, you'll get a graph like this, and it's called Ogive. Yeah, and today we'll learn how to do it. Okay, Ogive are very useful for determining the quartiles and percentiles. Yeah, and that we will learn also today. You have to refresh about quartile. Yeah, remember quartile we learned in Form 4 for ungroup data, but this time is for group data with n data. Yeah, the quartiles can be determined from the Ogive. Yeah, from the Ogive. Remember, we have quartile 1, the lower quartile. We have quartile 2, actually the median, and quartile 3, the third quartile. Yeah, first quartile, second quartile, third quartile, and this one is also called upper quartile. Yeah, and there is a formula here. We will use this formula. I hope you still remember. Now example 7, you have a table, frequency table here with the salt content of 60 types of food. Yeah, so you have this the classes, yeah, and also the frequency. You are asked to construct an Ogive to represent the data. So remember what you need to construct Ogive. What do you need? Yes, you need upper boundary and also cumulative frequency. All this you have learned. Yeah, so it's just a refresh for you. Okay, only that you have to add another new class here. You have to add a new class. Yeah, this one with the zero frequency. So how to add a new class? You have to check on the size. Yeah, size of the class. The size of the class is, how do you get it? For me, I'll 149 minus with 100, you'll get 49. But another number, because you already minus 100, you have to plus that number, 1, and then 50. So it is actually 50. So 99, you minus with 50, you'll get 49. Yeah, 49, but you have to start with 50. Yeah, with 50. 50 to 99. Yeah, so that you get the size class of 50. Yeah, okay, so the upper boundary, how to get the upper boundary? This one, you look at the upper limit. This one, how to find the upper boundary? 99. The boundary is, the next number will be 100. So you want to know this boundary, 100 plus 99, you divide by 2, you will get 99.5. Yeah, that's why you get this one. And then for this one, 149, it's the same thing you do. 149, the boundary will be 15. The next number 150, you add these two numbers, you divide by 2, you will get 149.5. And we have seen this pattern. What you do is just you plus 0.5, yeah, to your upper limit. You know that this number all here are upper limit, the one that already in pink. Okay, when you got all your upper boundary here, now you find the cumulative frequency. Then now you know what's the use of cumulative frequency. Yeah, you add. First number is of course 0. And then 0 you plus with 4, you'll get 4. 4 you plus with 11, you get 15. 15 plus 15, 30. 30 plus 21, this one, you'll get the number here. And then finally here, 60. Okay, so with this, two columns, upper boundary will be your x-axis and your cumulative frequency will be your y-axis. So how to draw? How to draw it? Your question, this one did not give you the scale. So you have to find your own scale. Do it in the graph paper. Graph paper. So the highest is 60, yeah, for frequency, cumulative frequency, highest is 60. So we can use 2 cm to 10 units. This one, 10 units, 2 cm, 10 units. And then for your salt content, your upper boundary, yeah, this is your upper boundary. You can use 10 2 cm 2 cm to what, 50, yeah, to 50 units. Yeah, so you will start with your upper boundary number 1. Upper boundary number 1, that is, this one is your first point here with the 0 frequency. Here, this is your first point, and you leave one space here. You leave one space here. That this is special for most of the histogram, frequency, polygon, and for Ogive, where you have two. For y-axis, you start with 0, but for x-axis, actually, this one is 50, 50.5. Yeah, this here, for the x-axis is start with 50.5, but you don't have to write this one lah. Yeah, as long as you start with the first boundary, upper boundary here with the 0 frequency. And then next is 149. Yeah, 149 with your cumulative frequency is 4. So you mark all this. This should not be a big problem for you. And then you just draw your graph. Yeah, draw the graph, a smooth one. With this graph, it is very important that you okay, you have drawn the graph. Good. So for B, from your Ogive, determine the first quartile. First quartile is Q1. The median, it is second quartile. The third quartile is Q3. Okay, so you have to use the formula. What is the formula? So your first quartile, this one is use the formula n over 4. Yeah, or 1 over 4 you times with n. So 1 over 4 you times with 60, you'll get 15, right? 15. And this 15, first quartile 15, it's in 15 data. Yeah, first quartile will be on the 15th data. So you go to 15 in your cumulative frequency, 15, and then you go and find your salt content here. yeah, you will get one figure that is, what is that? 199.5 mg. Okay, so your second quartile is 1/2. You times with 60, you get 30. So this is the 30th data. Yeah, this is the 15th data. 30th data will be here. Yeah, and then you just find here the x-axis. So it is 249.5 mg. Okay, and then finally your third quartile. Yeah, this one is your second quartile. This is your first quartile. Okay, this formula, remember, 3 over 4 times 60, you get 45. The 45th data. 45th data is here. Yeah, you just draw that horizontal line, and when you touch the graph, you go down and you'll get this one, 2 at 4.5. So that's the use of Ogive. You can find your first quartile, second quartile, and third quartile. And to sum up, this is how it is done lah just now. Yeah, your first quartile, second quartile, which is your median. This is your third quartile. You can find the answer here. Yeah. And this is what we have done just now. Okay. Okay. Cumulative histogram and Ogive can be constructed using cumulative frequency table. Yeah. Actually, you can draw histogram, but using cumulative frequency, and this one you use the upper boundary. This is what you get. The graph will be like this. Is going up. Yeah, it's going up, and from your histogram, cumulative frequency histogram, you can actually draw your cumulative frequency. This one. Sorry, can draw your Ogive. Can draw your Ogive. How? You just take the upper boundary here. Okay, this is all the upper boundary, right? Yeah, this is the upper boundary here. So you just connect the graph there, and you'll get your Ogive here. Okay, now we move on to percentile. A percentile is a value that divides a set of data into 100 equal parts, and it is represented as this one. You have until 100 percentile. P1, P2, P3, first percentile, second percentile. Yeah, it depends on the question. And actually, we can analyze the data more easily and effectively when we divide the data into small parts, which is known as percentile. Yeah, because percentiles is smaller than quartile. Quartile only how many parts? If quartile, you have a center here, first quartile, second quartile, and then third quartile. You have how many parts? Small parts. Okay, 4 only here, right? But for percentile, we have 100 equal parts. This one, but smaller parts. You have 100. So you can have a more accurate when you analyze it, more accurately. Okay, look at example 8. Ogive given to you, yeah, the score of aptitude tests obtained from candidates who are applying for a post in a company. So based on the Ogive, find the 10th percentile. That means P10, yeah, the 10th percentile. So how to calculate the 10th percentile? It's just that 10 over 100, yeah, it must be over 100 times with your n, your number of data lah, total number of data. So your total number of data here, if you look at here, maximum is here, right? So it is here lah, 50, yeah. 10 over 100 times 50. So your P1, you'll get 5. Yeah, 5. So you go and find your 5 here. This is your P1, 5. And then you can find the value here. Yeah. And from here you can see the graph. Actually, the figure is 46.5. You must know how to read the graph. You must know how to read the graph. How to read the graph? How to read the graph? Here is, you have how many? 40.5 to 50.5. You have 10 units over there. 10 units, right? So this one will be 41.5, yeah, and then you'll get here 6, like 46.5 lah, huh? Okay, and the question on the 46 percentile, so this is 46, that means 46, do 46 over 100 times with 50, you'll get 23. So you go and find 23 over here, yeah, from the graph. 23. So twenty-three is here, yeah. So you get a value here, 63.5. Okay. So next, the question, only those candidates who obtain 92nd percentile, that means P92 and above, will be called for an interview. What is the minimum score required in order to be called for the interview? So you know this is the score, right? So you have to find your 92nd percentile lah, yeah. So 92nd percentile over, meaning 92 over 100 times 50, 46. So from here, 46, you go and find your score here. So if you read this one, this is 77, yeah, 77. So the minimum score will be 77 lah. So 77 onwards will be called for the interview. Okay, so the next question is, what is the percentage of the candidate who obtain a score of 57 and below? This one is ask you what is the percentage of candidates who obtain the score of 57. So 57, where do you want to find? From your y or your x? This 57 is the score, right? So you have to find in your x-axis. So you go find 57. Yeah, 57 is here. Yeah, 57. And then now you go up. Yeah, go up and find here. So you will get 15. Yeah, 15 candidate. So you ask how many, what's the percentage of the candidate, right? So you have to 15 over total candidate 50 times with 100, because you were asked to find the percentage. So you'll get 30%. Yeah, 30% of candidates obtain a score of 57 and below. Okay, now you can do question sub-practice 7.1, question 1 and 2. And I'm very sure you can do it.